I'm Julie Miller with Metropolitan Title. Welcome to Real Estate Real Connections, connecting you to all things real estate. Today we're going to be talking about the home inspection process with Jeff Bliler, owner of House Call Home Inspection. Let's dive right in. Jeff, thanks for being here today. I wanted to bring you on and talk about the home inspection process. You've been doing this for a long time. Can you tell us what are some common issues that you may experience during a home inspection that maybe some people just wouldn't be aware of?
Yeah, a lot of the common issues that we run into are just those honeydews that need to be done that just never seem to get done. Things like chipping paint and caulking around windows, gutters being cleaned out, gutter extensions pulling that water off the roof away from the house. Real simple things that we just forget about in our day-to-day lives as homeowners.
How can those things that we consider simple things really affect a home inspection or maybe even like a negotiation process?
Yeah. Those little things, if we neglect them long enough, can really turn out to be big issues down the line, which is why we point them out now. A lot of the home inspection process is just taking those issues and making everyone aware of them, buyers and sellers. Again, things we don't think about. If you neglect that chipping paint on the window ledge on the exterior, eventually rain is going to pull up on that. It's going to hit that wood. It's going to start to rot. If you don't have those gutter extensions on, the moisture is going to come off the roof and follow down the walls of the foundation, eventually seep into the basement and start to cause moisture issues, potential mildew issues, and if it goes long enough, potential structural issues. So what we're trying to do is catch the little things before they become big things and potentially find the big things that people just are not aware of because they don't look at their homes in the areas and in the depth and the detail that we do as professional inspectors.
That makes sense. Can we just maybe take a step backward and talk about when you receive an order for a home inspection, let's say somebody's gone into contract to purchase a home, what's the process? And I guess this question is multifaceted. So would a buyer or seller be on site for the inspection? Do you prefer that? And then also what kind of time frame should they expect when going to a home inspection?
Gotcha. Oh, lots of things rolled up into that one question there. Okay, what's the process like? Process is fairly easy. I have scheduling assistants at our office. So really it's just, we try and make it as easy as possible to order that inspection. So it can be done online, it can be done through an app, it can be done with a phone call. Any way that you can conceive entering an order, we have a way to go out and do that. Once the order is placed, it's a little bit of a puzzle to put our schedules together, especially depending on the time of year. This time of year, we're at the height of the market. Everybody's trying to get their moves in before the kids go back to school. So finding that perfect slot that works for the buyer, the seller, and the inspector can be a little challenging, but it's certainly not a big deal, and it's nothing that can't be overcome, especially when we have someone who's dedicated to doing just that.
So what kinds of things are you looking at when you go in to do a home inspection?
Okay. With the home inspection, we're basically looking at everything top to bottom. We're looking at the interior, we're looking at the exterior, we're looking in the basement and underneath the house and the foundational space. We're looking at the roof, we're looking at the attic. Our clients are hiring us to go into the places that they don't want to go or that they don't know how to go into. So the process is really pretty straightforward. The average 2,500 square foot home usually takes us about 3 hours to go through and do the inspection on. We always encourage the buyer to be there because it's so much easier to walk the buyer through the process at the end of the inspection, point out the issues, and discuss things. There's nothing that we have ever found on a home inspection that can't be resolved. The resolution is dependent on two things, time and money. That's not our call to say how much time this is worth, how much money this is worth. That's between the buyer and their agent. Our job is just to observe and report and point things out to them. So we typically ask that we have the first half of the inspection period to be independent on site. Sometimes we have the buyers show up at the beginning of the inspection, but we ask if you can just give us a little bit of space so that we have something to talk about, and more importantly, so that we can stay on our typical routine. The more we can stay on a typical workflow, the more detailed and the better the inspection can be. When we have a buyer that shows up and we're looking at the exterior foundation, but they want to discuss something that they see in the master bathroom, it can be distracting and it can throw the process off a little bit. So by having the buyer come partway through, when they show up, we have something to talk about, but we always want to hear what their concerns are so that we can best provide peace of mind for them with the transaction going forward.
That's good to know. I guess that leads me to the next question of, let's talk about expectations. I think sometimes people going into having a home inspection done, they have expectations that may not be in line with what the actual inspection is or should be. So can you kind of touch on that?
Well, the biggest thing that we have to remember is the home inspection is a non-intrusive process, visual in nature, that is a snapshot in a specific period of time. Houses are very dynamic. They change with the weather. People don't realize when it's cold outside and the ground freezes, the house will actually move up. And then when that ground thaws in the spring, it moves back down. And the weather conditions are constantly causing that house to swell and contract and to move. And something that may not be evident today may show itself 3 months down the road. But what we're trying to do is get the best visual appraisal that we can have at any period of time. Now, I mentioned that it's non-invasive. Because of the way the inspection standards are written and the laws are written, as inspectors, if we go into a home and it has a crawl space, but that crawl space is sealed, we cannot open that crawl space up to go in and be able to make observation. Same thing with the attic space. If there's a scuttle in a closet that goes up to the attic and that's been screwed shut for whatever reason, we can't unscrew that. Or even if a bedroom door is locked when we go in to do the inspection, we can't go into that bedroom space. So it's important for the sellers that when your inspectors go in, they have as much access as possible. And it's important for the buyers to understand that we can only see what we can see. You know, if something is going on beyond that wall, we can't tell what's going on in that cavity. All we can do is play detective with what we can see on the outside to try and diagnose those problems.
So is there ever a time during the inspection process that you'll make a note or have a discussion with a buyer where they may need to get another inspector who maybe specializes in a specific area to come out?
Yeah, this happens all the time, and I'm so glad that you brought that up because, you know, the name of our company is House Call Home Inspection. We kind of did a play on words with an old doctor that used to make house calls. But that old doctor that made house calls, your family doctor, is a generalist. They're there to take a general temperature of things, find the general condition. When we see something that should be addressed or should be looked into deeper, we recommend that a specialist come in, whether that's a structural specialist, a specialized contractor like a plumber or an electrician. You know, if you go to your family doctor and he detects an abnormal rhythm with your heart, he's going to send you to a cardiologist. We're the exact same way. We can't diagnose everything and give the remedies in detail, but we can observe if we see a problem that's worth checking out at a deeper level.
Good to know. So having an inspection done is not always, I would say, required, but should be, right? I mean, I think that a lot of people think that they don't need an inspection.
Yeah, it's definitely the prudent thing to do. A home is probably the biggest investment that any individual will make over the course of their lifetime. So why wouldn't you want to go into that with as much protection and evaluation as possible? So while it may cost $400 or $500 to have that inspection performed, if you're looking at that over the total cost of ownership over the life of the house, that's a very minor investment to make. And also looking at the potential issues that can arise, or even just planning out for future expenses. Oftentimes, if we're doing an inspection and the furnace is 10 years old, we'll let you know, hey, the furnace is in great operating condition today, but it's at that age where you want to start having routine maintenance performed to make sure that that furnace is performing as well as it can for as long as it can, because that's going to be a significant expense down the road, and we want to make sure that we can forego that expense for as long as possible.
So that could also impact the negotiation process, I would imagine, if there are a lot of maybe issues or repairs that need to take place.
Sure. And again, I want to make clear, this is the negotiations part of it is something that's totally separate from the inspection process, and we try and make sure that myself as an owner, I want to make sure that all of my inspectors know that, hey, we stay in our own lane, we don't comment on any of that type of thing. But that's why a professional realtor is so important. As an inspector, I don't know if you're getting a great deal on this house, if you're paying market price, or maybe you're paying a premium because you fell in love with the house, you love the location, it's a very tight market. I can't advise on those things. That's what the realtor does. But when we have those potential issues that are coming up, that's when that agent can advise, hey, maybe we should ask for some help with this, because neither party knew that this was an issue prior to the inspection. So it changes the dynamics of the deal.
So if you had some advice to give to a potential seller who's looking at listing their home to get ready for the home inspection, what would be the best advice that you could give them?
Number one, hire a good, experienced professional realtor who can guide you through the process. They know what those expectations should be, and they know how to get you to that place. Number two, fix all those little honeydews that you've been putting off for months or years, because those are probably the types of things that are gonna pop up. And three, don't hesitate to have your realtor reach out to the preferred inspection company and ask what type of issues you should be going through and correcting prior to the inspection process. Our company has a sheet that we like to pass along to the agents that we work with that says, hey, these are the common things that we find and the easy things to resolve prior to the inspection process. Going through and doing those things beforehand make the inspection process much easier for everyone involved, and it also helps speed up the transaction because you're not waiting for repairs post-inspection that could have easily been performed prior to the inspection.
So you started a new venture in the last couple of years called Michiana Real Producers. Tell us what that is.
I did. What Michiana Real Producers is, it is a networking community that the whole purpose of it is to enhance the local real estate industry. And we do that through providing a venue for long-term relationships to be established. I came into this as a result of being an inspection company owner, started participating with Real Producers in the Fort Wayne market, and I saw that it brought such value to the industry down there and for relationship building between realtor to realtor as well as with realtor to affiliate, that we were anxious to bring it up here. And as soon as we had an opportunity to do that, my wife Sarah and I jumped on it, and we brought it up here to the Michiana market.
So you highlight local, I should say, how many counties do you serve, first of all?
Oh, we serve 7 counties. I like to say it's just like the WNDU weather map.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
You know, of course, St. Joe County and Elkhart County are kind of the anchor points, but we also go down to Marshall County and Kosciuszko County and up to the 3 southwestern Michigan counties. So with those 7 counties, we've got 5 different real estate associations that we deal with. And what we're trying to do is facilitate the relationship building county to county and association to association, so that when a realtor from South Bend has a transaction down in Warsaw, or when you have someone from Plymouth who's looking at lake property up in Cass County, the relationships are there in place to help everything go through much easier for everyone involved.
I love it, and just being an affiliate partner with Real Producers for the last, what is it? It's been over a year now, year and a half, right?
Yeah, year and a half.
So it's gone
Time
so fast.
flies.
I've met so many new people in different areas, and it's been really, really awesome. So if I were an agent and I'd never heard of Real Producers before, why would I want to become involved? Like, who are you highlighting?
Yeah, well, we focus on the best of the best. The core group of agents that we serve are that top 20% of professional agents. And also with the affiliates, we're very, very selective on who we allow to come into the community. The only way that somebody can join Michiana Real Producers as a partner or an affiliate is if they've been recommended to us by one of those top realtors that we serve, or by one of their peers in the community. What we want to do is make sure that when an agent is at an event, a realtor is at an event, one of our events, that they know that the person they're talking to, whether that's another realtor or an affiliate, are vetted, they're there for a reason, and they're there because they're professionals who want to enhance the local community.
I love this so much. I love the whole concept, and it's just been really great to get to work with you on this project and get to meet all the agents in the different areas and the partners. So thank you so much for bringing that. What a great thing that you've added to our industry, to our community.
Thank you. When we started participating in another market, we fell in love with it, and it just makes sense. And we provide one of the few venues where you can sit down and have a semi-casual 20-minute, 30-minute conversation with another professional and really start to build that relationship rather than just seeing them on the job site or across the closing table.
And I also love the aspect of from the magazine where you're highlighting specific agents, whether it's a top agent or a newer rising star in the community, and it really gives the readers an opportunity to get to have an inside look at their life and learn more about them on a personal level.
Absolutely. It gives everyone a chance to know each other at a deeper level. And again, it's about facilitating that relationship. And I'm always looking for great stories to tell. So if anyone out there knows a great realtor, they know a great affiliate, they know a rising star, they have a broker manager who just does a fantastic job as a leader, or one of their peer agents who's just doing fantastic things outside of real estate, please reach out to me and let me know so that we can tell that story. We all need examples of how we can enhance what we're doing to the world around us, and those are the stories we try and tell.
If somebody wanted to reach out to you and work with you, whether in a home inspection or to ask you questions about Michiana Real Producers, how can they find you?
Yeah, best way is to shoot me an email, and we can do that through either Real Producers or House Call Home Inspections.
Thank you so much for your time today. This has just been a wealth of knowledge, and I'm sure the viewers will really take a lot away from this conversation. So thank you for your time and your expertise. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you for the opportunity, Julie. It's great to be here with you today.
Thank you. Thank you for watching Real Estate Real Connections. Remember, like, share, and subscribe for all things real estate. Until next time, stay informed, stay empowered, and stay connected.